Hey guys, welcome back. So, there's actually a couple of things I need to catch you up on since the last episode, one of which is that down there is a very different shape than it was when we last saw it. So when I originally built this, it was a square, and that's what it was when we left off last episode. But we also realised last episode that there were random piglins showing up in the farm. Turns out that even though I checked before I started building, I miscalculated and there was a small amount of nether wastes inside the farm, which meant that piglins and zombie piglins were showing up. So in order to fix that, I changed the farm around a bit. As you can see, it's now a rectangle instead of the square that it was. It previously went over here, but once you come over here, as you can see just under the map, it actually starts edging into nether wastes. Honestly, I thought I pushed it that way enough, but I guess I didn't. So I redid it, moved the farm so more of it's over that way, which is still over in the basalt deltas, changed the minecart system, moved everything around, rebuilt it a bit, and it seems to be working pretty well. I haven't AFK'd this for very long since I rebuilt it, but let's have a quick look. So yeah, I think this should all be fixed now, and hopefully we're not going to have any more piglins randomly showing up. That would be very frustrating. But either way, it seems to be working great, so I'm not about to complain. So you might have noticed in the last episode there was some weird audio delay. My voiceover just didn't really line up properly with what was happening on the screen. It was about half a second off for almost every single clip. So I think that should hopefully be fixed now, and sorry about that. Won't happen again. Promise. So the main thing I wanted to look at today is actually my flower forest. I briefly mentioned it last episode, but you can see it coming into view now. I've been working on bonemealing an entire flower forest biome, and I'm almost there now. There's only a little bit of it left to do, but I really like how it's coming out. For those of you who don't know, if you bonemeal a flower forest in Minecraft, you end up getting these really cool shapes where all the different flowers naturally end up spawning. And I thought it was such a cool idea, so I completely cleared this out and I started bonemealing, and you can probably imagine this has taken an awful lot of time, and I don't even know where to begin in guessing how much bone meal it's taken, but I really like how it's coming out, and I'm so close to finishing. So yeah, this is the last bit I've got left to do. It sort of goes over this way a little bit, and compared to how much I've done, it's really not that much, but it's still going to take quite a lot of time and quite a lot of bone meal. In case you're wondering how I end up doing this, I basically just sit here for many, many hours, and I just bone meal, break the grass that's made, bone meal, break the grass, and just wait until I get the flower I need, and then I move on to the next block. And it's quite tedious, I guess. I quite enjoy it, to be honest. I normally do this when I'm watching videos or streams or something like that, so it's never something that's necessarily got my full attention, but it's actually quite soothing and relaxing, and it's really just a mindless task I can do with no matter what else is going on. So I quite enjoy it, but I will also be very glad when this bit is done. Don't worry, I'm not about to make you watch me finish this off. It will take far too long, many, many hours. But I will show you a little bit of it just so you get an idea of what it's like. And then hopefully, after that, it will come back in and I will be done, maybe? We'll see. Like I said, there's still quite a lot left to do. So that was an hour of work, almost exactly actually. I put a timer on so I'd know exactly how long I'd been going for. And as you can see, it felt like I did quite a lot, but at the same time, when you look at the sheer size of the whole project, I also didn't really cover that much ground at all. In fact, using Journeymap, I can show you exactly how much I did in that hour. So essentially, my flower forest went from looking like this to looking like this. Obviously, it was a definite improvement, but when you compare it to the size of the project as a whole, you can see why I don't have any idea how many hours this has currently taken me. Also, in case you're curious about the stats, I have broken an awful lot of grass. And when I say an awful lot, I mean I've broken more grass than I have stone. Possibly I've broken more grass than I've broken everything else combined when I look at that number. It's honestly kind of concerning. As for how much bone meal it's taken to get as far as I currently have, let's just say I've used almost as much bone meal as I have used my netherite pickaxe. Also, yes, I could have made this process an awful lot easier on myself by just finding the edges of each of the different flowers and then filling in the rest by using a flower farm. Why did I do it this way? Well, like I said, I do quite enjoy the monotony of this sometimes, especially when I'm doing something else. But also, I guess I just like knowing for certain that this flower definitely is here, it definitely belongs here in the pattern. I know that they don't change all that dramatically or something, and if I found the edge here and the edge over here somewhere, I'd be able to tell that around here it's almost definitely going to be a Zeobeloids. But I just really like knowing and seeing that the bone meal makes that flower in that spot and it's definitely the right one and there's no mistaking it. Is it unnecessarily time consuming? Possibly, but I like doing it this way. It suits me best. And we're out of bone meal. Right. So I've actually been getting my bone meal in a variety of different ways. The first way, which is not by any means the main way, is this moss farm I've got over here. This actually does a pretty decent job of getting bone meal in. If I just come down here, you can see there's not a huge amount. I have also taken quite a bit of this recently, but this does alright. I also end up picking up a lot of seeds when I'm doing this from breaking all the grass, so I tend to just put it in this composter, and that also gives a little bit. But the main way that I've been getting bone meal is actually in the nether. So just over here is my hole that I made in the bedrock so I can get down into the actual normal nether. It's not pretty or anything yet. I haven't done anything nice looking in the nether. I'm hoping I'll get to it at some point. But if I come down here and I go off in this direction, we end up at my wither skeleton farm. If I come up here, you can see it's this box here. I've slabbed and carpeted quite a lot of the area around here to try and make this a bit more efficient. I mean, it's still not perfect, but especially with it also being a soul sand valley, it's pretty efficient, even though I haven't covered, obviously, a lot of things. But if you come down here, this is where my killing chamber is. Once again, it's not super smart and optimized. I mean, I haven't managed to funnel this down to a one block or anything, but they all walk over towards the front, so it tends to work pretty well. And I just stand here and get bones. This has also actually been my main source of XP, because I haven't built an Enderman farm yet, and I need the bones, so this does pretty well. It's got me up to 130 levels at least. And yeah, they just, there's just a bunch of hoppers over here. If I come into here, you can see it's just a bunch of hoppers that all feed into these chests down here. And I've just got rows of bones, coal, and space for wither skeleton skulls in each of these, and it just sort of works. And then I just pick up these swords. I've just got an automatic machine which dispenses them into lava, so I don't have to worry about them clogging up my inventory too much. But yeah, like I said, this isn't necessarily completely optimized or perfectly efficient, but it seems to do the job, at least for what I need it for right now. But while I collect some more bones off these guys, I'll give you a little bit of a quick tour around the farm. So yeah, this has been my main way of getting my bones. I think last time I looked I'd killed about 150,000 worth of skeletons, so not like huge crazy numbers, but it has definitely been the main way of getting my bones. I do have a skeleton grinder back in the overworld, but I just like this because I also get coal, which means I don't have to worry about fuel, which was a problem for a while. So it sort of kills two birds with one stone. 2 more left to go. 1 more left to go. Okay, come on. Oh, I think we did it. I think it's finished. Is it actually finished? Oh, I think it's done. I gotta look at this. Look at this. Oh. It's done. It's actually done. Oh, it's so pretty. Also, one of the big downsides of the Minecraft flowers is if you look at it from straight above, it looks not that great, but as soon as you look at it from a bit of an angle, oh, it looks so cool. I love this. This is one of the coolest bits. I'm so glad that all this is finally done. There's still plenty more I want to do around here, but I think I'm going to save that for next episode. Very quick, I'm just going to give you a quick stat update before we finish. So, in terms of the grass I've broken, it has gone up most definitely, and it still remains to be completely baffling to me, but hopefully that won't go up too much more anytime in the near future. And as for the bone meal that I've used, well, hopefully I'll be using my pickaxe a bit more sometime soon so that the difference between those can grow, because that's an awful lot. That's an awful lot of bone meal. Anyway guys, I think that will do it for this episode. Like I said, we'll do some more around here next time, but until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye!